Welcome back to the worm. Oh, I think I might have just broke my pants when I crouched down. We'll worry about that later. Check it out. Kyper's back. Maybe he was back in the last video, I can't remember. Anybody that hasn't been watching and doesn't recognize the print, he's a Bernese Mountain Dog. I think he's around, I'm just guessing, like 80 pounds. He's 9 months old. One thing I really wanted to do with him, right when I got him, I was thinking about, like, how do you exercise a dog like this, especially when you live out in the woods alone? You know, you live in a 200 square foot cabin. I mean, we spend most of the day outside, so that's basically his dog house. But in the winter, you know, up this far north, the days can be really short, so we got to be able to exercise him a lot. And these dogs, Berners, are bred as farm dogs. I think over 100 years ago, I believe they're still used as farm dogs, and they were used for pulling carts. I don't know that we're going to do the cart pulling anytime soon, but I want him to be able to pull just so we can get that exercise. And frankly, I think he's going to stinking love it. So we got to take into account what he is already trained to do and think through this step by step as to what we think might work to teach a dog to pull brush, logs. I have no idea what he'll be able to pull. Clearly, I'm not going to overdo it with him. Right now, I just want to get him used to putting that harness on and having something drag behind him. So here's my thought. I think we put his other collar on. We walk him around here just a little bit, get him some exercise. I've got some, oh, you guys saw in like the last video or a couple videos ago, I cut down a bunch of these little tiny, you know, the aspen suckers, the little seedlings. I think we could bundle up a bunch of those. There's no weight to them at all. I'm thinking we walk him and I drag those behind me. It's going to be tough for him not to eat them, not to go after them and see them as toys. Anything you pick up like that, he just runs after it and wants to bite it. I don't know. So that might take 2 or 3 days just to get him used to it. Kind of dealing with rain today and tomorrow. It's in patches on and off. It's rained pretty hard and then it lets up. So maybe we'll try a little bit of this, see how far we get. Probably have to start over tomorrow. Is that a good spot right there? Oh yeah, let me show you the pulling harness. Oh, that's good. That's real good. This dude's always wearing 1 to 7 necklaces. He's got 2 on right now. His normal one with his, oh, actually he's got 2 ID tags on. But anytime he's out these days, he's always wearing his dog tra. I think I have a little bit of PTSD the couple times he took off and, you know, found him a long ways away from here. At least now I know where he is when he runs away. Got his harness, and we have a tether, I'm gonna call it, that has about a half or third has bungee in it. We'll try that out, see if it helps to have a little give in it. If not, we'll just switch out to a piece of webbing. I got tons of it around here. The harness itself, let's see, who makes this thing? Neewa, N-E-E-W-A. It seemed to be legit. I did a little bit of reading online, kind of trying to find the right thing for what I want to do with him. It's tricky. You know, normally when you look for dog harness, it's for people that like their dog pulls too much when they take them on a walk, so they harness them, which is a little bit backwards. You're actually just giving the dog more power to pull you along, but no judgment. So it's a little tricky to find a harness that's actually made for your dog to pull stuff like that's what you want him to do. And speaking of that, that's going to be a little bit of a trick with this too. I've worked with them quite a bit on walking on a leash, not getting out ahead of me, staying near me, keeping an eye on me. And I'd eventually, who knows if it's possible, I know it's possible, I don't know if it's possible for me, but I think it would be super cool to eventually have him trained with sled dog commands, so I don't have to hook everything up to him and then walk him on the leash and just use him as the motor. You know, you point him in the right direction, give him a command to take off, and you can tell him turn right, turn left, when to stop. And then, if it's possible and he's strong enough, wouldn't it be freaking awesome in the winter to have him pull me or whoever around in the sled? We're getting so far ahead of ourselves. He's gonna get a lot of treats today. I know, I probably shouldn't be cutting this on my newly epoxied table. I find it so interesting training dogs, how much of it is about making positive associations with different things. You know, of course, these prong collars look nasty. He loves it when he hears this thing come out because something fun's gonna happen. You like that sucker, huh? If you still think prong collars are nasty, You should see how this dog and Sarah's dog play. They are hard on each other. They grab onto an ear or a lip or, you know, of course, always the side of the neck and just hang on and get dragged along. And they love it. The nice thing about this too is once he's kind of trained on it, this sound is all it takes to make a correction. Just in time for some rain, huh? Want to earn some treats? Here we go. How's that, huh? You ever see a dog so well trained? Sit. You're so smart. I mean, he's doing fine. You're fine, buddy. Sit. Good job. He doesn't usually get so many treats when we're just walking on a leash, but today's different. Let's go. Good job. Good job. You didn't get a single correction, did you? Good job, buddy. It's a little too easy, isn't it? A little too easy. Okay. Oh, hey, where are you going? What if I want to go this way? He's kind of got it down. Of course, this is the best possible place to do this, where there are zero distractions. There's no noise, nothing else moving. Oh, he decided he didn't want to come any further. Come on. That's one way to turn around. I don't understand why we're doing this. We're not getting anywhere. Okay, you won that. We're getting kind of wet out here. Since I had to forfeit him a few weeks because of my stupid back problems, he hasn't done the beeper on his collar for recall, so I can't seem to get far enough away to try it. Okay, it's been over 3 weeks. Let's see. He looked at me like, wait, what am I supposed to do? It does seem like if you were pulling stuff in a straight line, it wouldn't make any difference, sort of, how long the rope or choker or tether is, right? But if you got to make a bunch of tight turns, you don't want the thing to be 15 feet long, or you always be getting stuck around the trees. We'll figure it out. I think, yeah, we can get all the brush in that. Kyper's over there looking at me like I've lost my mind when I talk to you guys. It's absolutely silent all day long. And then there's this beep and I just start yapping away. Trying out a new podcast today called Science Versus. I feel like maybe I heard a little bit of it before. I'm only a couple episodes in, but I'm really enjoying it. Gotta have your programs. You know what? Some of the stuff that sits around here like this, I just don't even see anymore. This was my hot sauce cooler. Do you guys remember that? It was like one of the first weird little projects I did. It was that first summer out here and my whole hot sauce collection was starting to go bad. So I think I think it was this box. So that's chainsaw milled cedar, very early milling there. And I sunk this down in the little like marsh runoff creek over there. Although the water was kind of lukewarm, the idea was to always have water running past all the sauce bottles. Of course it didn't work. So we put this box in here, and every time I'd go get ice for the coolers, you just fill this full. And it actually did kind of work. Problem is, after a while, the moisture in there, everything started getting moldy. But I think this would be cool to hang somewhere like medicine cabinet style. Maybe put some shelves in it. Could even mount it on the outside of like the man cave or the cabin or something. Keep like tools or leashes or something in it. We'll think about that one. Thinking some of these chutes would be nice because they're light and they'll probably make some good noise behind us. I bet you he runs over here, grabs them from me. Oh, here he comes. He's interested. This is one of his favorite things to chew on. what you need is more bedazzling, right, buddy? So these came up as legitimate pulling harnesses. They're only like 40 bucks. I'm sure you could get leather or other materials. This is a 1-inch webbing. It's light. It's, you know, similar to that stuff I just cut. But the stuff is really strong, and I guess light is a good thing. Let's not eat that. You're a hard leaner. The funny thing, they sell, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 different sizes. I think they max out at 3XL. This is a 2XL. So you measure their neck, their chest, and if you want the length, which is, I can't remember, maybe from where their collar sits to the base of their tail or something. He was within 1 inch on the neck and the chest, and the length, he was 10 inches long, which means you're a real gump. He is like a funny shaped teenager. He's gotten so freaking long. I'm hoping pulling stuff around once a day will get him a good appetite. He'll eat even more, and he'll strong up a little bit. We need you to strong. Can't be a wimp out here in the woods. Yeah, I think you could pull some weight. You don't want this to ride up, I guess, into their neck. Wow, it's barely big enough. Might have to get the 3XL. When they're pulling, you obviously don't want the weight to come up here, and you also don't want it down on their shoulders. All right, let's put him on this thing. We'll walk him like normal, and I'll pull the weight this one time. Let's see, I've clipped it on my belt maybe. Here we go, you ready? Here comes the noise. Following us, what do you think? It's not magic. Jeez, oh Pete's. It's just your favorite sticks. The ones you were just chewing on? You hide next to me. Why is it always the big dogs that are the babies? There we go. Not so much fear. Now it's a toy. Not gonna have any sticks left. Them are training sticks. They're expensive. That's okay. We can get more. He's a fraidy cat, but he's also a pretty quick learner. All right, should we try this again? Come on, bud. You're still being chased. Do you know it yet? Not bad, right? Good job. I was gonna rip my pants off if I hit a rock. All right, that's all we're gonna do. We don't want to stress him out. We want to make sure it's fun. Hopefully it'll be like his prong collar. When he sees this thing come out, he'll start bouncing around and really get excited to get out there and work, or at least pull some stuff for some exercise. Other than the first 3 minutes. I mean, a couple times he'd look back, but it certainly wasn't the fear. All right, we got to switch all your bedazzlement. I think tomorrow I'll pull a few sticks around, and then we'll give him a chance. You make a great blanket. I've been up editing videos for at least 2 hours now, and this meathead's just been sleeping, which is, it's kind of nice. You can see he's just about the cuddliest dog you can imagine when he wakes up. You get a good half an hour or an hour where he just wants to lay on you. We got a lot of rain today, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Probably give him a tasty bone to work on for a little bit, finish some videos, eat a leisurely breakfast, and then I think we get like a couple 1-hour breaks in the day where the chance of rain goes down from like 90% to 40%. So maybe we can scoot out there, get this guy to work. You're so lazy. You haven't worked at all in your entire life. You need a snoot rub, a good morning snoot rubbing. We couldn't sit inside anymore, had to get out even if the weather's not great. All right, I think he's gonna be okay. We'll keep it quite a ways behind him. Okay, you're not gonna freak out, right? I'm just gonna pet you here and quickly clip this on here. Wait. This way. Oh, you hit the end. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Good boy. It's got to be such a weird feeling. You know, you teach a dog to walk on a leash, any tension is a bad thing, so they should slow down. And this, you're walking in front and telling them, yeah, lean into it. Come on. All right, we're gonna go down the hill and back. We'll let you know how it goes. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I think that's enough. Good boy. Well, that went as well as can be expected. He got hung up a few times and didn't know what to do, so just had to go back there and wiggle it a little bit, but he did pretty good. You're not too bad. You're not the dumbest cute dog I've ever seen. I think that's about enough weight, you know, just to have something scraping behind him. It's not even so much the weight as it is the friction, just so he can, you know, feel that there's something back there. I think that lap was good enough for now. Don't want to overdo it. Want to keep it fun, so maybe we'll try it again this afternoon or this evening, if the weather lets us. I think the rain is done for a while. I'm having the leftovers from our little Halloween party. I got some really good chicken wings Tito cooked over the fire, mashed potatoes with so many additives, it's ridiculous, and the gravy stirred right in. And I even have some of this left over. Got a couple more shots of my world famous, I think world famous just means tasty, right? It's my tasty apple pie drink. It's not really what you want with food because it's so frickin' strong and syrupy. It's kind of like having bites of apple pie while you're eating your dinner, but you know, there are worse things out there. It's nice to just get that flavor mixed in every now and then. Oh my gosh, these are so good. If you want to know how to make the apple pie drink, check out the last video. We boiled it up right here. That is the flavor of my soul. Doesn't seem to mind it at all. I mean, he might be moping just a little bit, but he's trucking along as long as the branches don't get stuck underneath anything. I think we're gonna have to make some kind of a... Oh, he's slowing down. He does look a little bit like he's moping. You can see on the trails out here, it's so rocky and so rooty and everything, because these were just run over. Like when I first came out here, you guys probably remember, there were no trails. This one, oh, you stuck? Yeah, this trail that I'm standing on right now, I think is the only trail that was out here and it hadn't been used for at least 10 years, maybe a lot more. And we just had to come and like axe our way through it and move brush and down trees. I mean, there were decent sized trees growing right in the middle of this thing. And then all the other trails that you see around here, like that one, I had to put in. So there's nothing that's been like graded. No rocks have been moved. It's more or less just kind of, I want to go that way, and you pick your way around the biggest trees and the boulders and stuff. Come on, buddy, come on. Yeah, so there's some places that he could pull stuff through, but for the most part, he's just gonna get stuck on everything. I mean, it's kind of like dragging logs with the four-wheeler, even with that thing, you'll be cruising along at like 2-3 miles an hour, just hit a root and it'll, surprising it doesn't bend the frame of the four-wheeler. So I think we're gonna need something to at least get the front of the brush, or the front of the, I say logs, you know what I mean, small stuff, up off the ground so that it doesn't catch on stuff like this. You know, that's just the edge of a little bridge I put in to make some of this garbage on the side of the trail drain. Oh, you want to go that way? You want to go to the car? You're not stuck. Come on, buddy. Come on. What? What's the matter? How about a treat? Would that do it? Kyper, come. Oh, that'll do it. Are you panting yet? You're not even panting. I took a couple of the branches out of there just so it was a little bit lighter. Hasn't even worked up a sweat yet. So yeah, maybe we need a couple of wheels and a crossbar or something. Even just a sled would work, wouldn't it? Yeah, the only problem is they're so frickin' noisy. Well, it might work. You done? That's all the exercise for the day? A little bit more. Come on, come on. I think that tether with the bungee in it is definitely the way to go if you've got ground like this. When it hooks on something accidentally, it definitely has some good give to it. Is that it? Is that all you got in you? One lap? All right. Good boy. It's got about, I don't know, maybe 5 pounds of drag on there at most. That's what you get. You get to pull, whatever you pull around, you get to eat later on. All right, gonna let him run around free for a little bit, and I think we're gonna try to actually do some work around here tomorrow. I've got a few piles of branches here and there that he could pull 150 feet. I think that'd be fun. I'm sure you don't know it, but it's what you're bred for, dude. What do you want to work on today? Huh? This thing just came down a couple days ago, and yeah, it's standing dead, has no weight. So maybe we'll cut that up into pieces and have him haul it. I never really cleared out this area between the tent deck and the shower, and that was like, what, first year out here, so some of that crap's been there for 4 years anyway. I'd like to get this branch out of here. It's a very, very short pull for him, but I think that'll be perfect. Kind of sucks that this is really rocky and bumpy here, so I don't know. I don't know if he'd be able to do it. If only I had one of those mini Chinese excavators, we could rip that right out. Okay, keep your snoot clear. It's not helpful, but I see where you're going. I appreciate the effort. What do you think, dude? Can you drag this whole thing? Let's start with the whole thing. If we need to, we'll cut it in half. Again, not very helpful, but thank you. That's going to be a lot of friction. Okay. Dude's got some energy after being inside all day yesterday. Come on, you can do it. Oh, well, that wasn't even slightly a problem, was it? That was downright simple. We should have hooked the whole thing on. Let's try another one. Come on. Come on. Oh, are you stuck already? Okay, let's go. You're not stuck, I can see it. Kyper, come. Here we go. Oh, hey, we made it. Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh boy. Almost there. Come on. All right, that's close enough. You're almost a work dog, just not quite yet. Okay. But isn't work force over a distance or something, so I think he actually did work. Oh, you want a treat for that? You can have a treat for that. Good job. You've worked 30 seconds so far. I think we should take a break. Oh, this is going to be hard to stack up. I'm pretty sure he's going to undo my hard work. Leave it. Leave it. Hey. Thank you. Thanks for your help. I appreciate you overseeing things. Is it okay if I clip this on now? Get out of here, turd. Hey, that's not... you cracked me up. Here you go, come on. How about a treat? You want a treat? Kyper, come. Good boy. Good boy, come on, let's go, let's go. All right, I think we need more slidey stuff. Yeah, that gets caught on everything. Got a normal old winter sled. What is that? Oh, that's from pulling campfire ash around and spreading it. That would hold some stuff, and it has a little bit of a lip, but probably still be, I don't know, we could try that. Or we've got this jet sled. I think these are, what are these made for, like ice fishing? Let's do a little pull test and see how much they seem to weigh. They're about the same, really. I think it's more weight than he's going to want to pull right now, but... Whoa, what happened? Did you choose the yellow one? Or what are you doing? Speak up, man. This one? Do you want this one? This one? With this one? You seem to want the yellow one. Let's try the yellow one. I'll pull it. Ready? Don't get freaked out now. It's gonna chase us. Why are you eating my hands? Oh, I got my gloves on, my tasty gloves. Probably shouldn't let you do that. Seems to be just fine. Try reeling it in a minute. Kyper, sit. Stay. I'm watching you. Ah. Sit. You ready? It's gonna chase us closer now. What happened? Drop of water get you? These days are getting friggin' short. It's gonna be dark in a few minutes. Luckily, there's a couple one thing anyway that I want to try with him in the cabin. So let's go in there and get it set up. See if I don't know if it'll work or not. Probably it's gonna work. Oh, also, wait till you see what I got. What do you want? I can't pitch anymore. My fingers are raw. This is harassment. Stop harassing me. We fell asleep a little bit too early last night to do what I thought I was going to. This is the Keep Kyper Busy bin. Let's see what we have in here. Yep, that's the winner. Check out the goods that I got. First off, there's people in that little box right there trying to look over here. We have 40 pre-wired LEDs. just the bulbs, 20 red, 20 white. I found them online and got them so I can finally make lights for my for my posters, which we haven't finished putting up yet because I couldn't figure out the lighting. We've got these two, the rest are all going to be science posters too, all the way down there. And I think we're going to make some kind of a bracket, maybe partially wood and partially 3D printed, something that comes out and then shines the LEDs up there at each poster. Somehow we'll run the wires down behind the wall there, and they run off 12 volts, so we can just plug it into this side, which is great. But because they're so cheap and plentiful, I have two other things I'd like to use them for. I have a pretty good collection of these plastic things that hold the bullets inside a box of 22s. I'm going to put a whole bunch of these together and make a light bright. So now we've got the lights to do that. Then also, did I mention they were so cheap? I'm going to take all these red ones. Who knows when I'll get around to it, but I've been wanting to do movie lights in here. You know, when you go to the theater, they've got the red lights on the floor. My original thought was going to be to wire up the coffee table with red LEDs on the bottom, because, you know, you lower it down to use the projector and then you'd have nice red light on the floor. But now I'm kind of thinking we could take one board off all the way around the perimeter of the cabin, and maybe every 1, 2, 3, 5 feet put in a red LED. That would look really cool if you could just flip it on or plug it into the Jackery and you'd have red evenly all the way around the cabin. Here's the second cool thing. I think this is even more fun. That is a stack of Petri dishes with the agar in it. It's been a lot of years since I took microbiology. I think it would be great fun to culture some stuff around here. Just like random crap around here. The dirt or Kyper's mouth. Or it'd be actually really interesting. Wake up in the morning, swab your mouth, do a culture, and then do a second culture like after you brush your teeth at the end of the day. I know this is getting really weird, even too weird for ringworm. But we've got microscopes and I'm excited about it. Third and final thing I got. The problem is this dude doesn't really like to be brushed, which I'm kind of surprised about. It's surprising. I've tried many of these super cheap slicker brushes. He just doesn't like them at all. And frankly, his coat is so thick, this doesn't come anywhere near getting to the bottom of it. So I finally pulled the trigger and got a real slicker brush. This is, if you go online and you start reading about these things, this is the Cadillac. It's a Chris Christensen brush, slicker brush, and it's like 60 bucks or something. And apparently, a lot of dogs that don't like being brushed don't mind the feel of this one. As much as anything, when you use brushes on him, he just wants to bite them and play with them. So I have a couple ideas we can try to actually be able to brush this guy out. One thing we can do is treat him a lot. Give him a treat brush, give him a treat brush. Makes that association. Treats come with brushing. You know what? I think to have the best chance of making this a positive association, he needs some exercise first. Let's go back out, run him around, do a little sled training, and then we're going to work on this. Ready, go! Get out of my treat. You're in my treats. Jeez. Okay, let's try the beeper. Oh, perfect. Go boy, set. Easy. Go boy. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Why don't you get in there? I'll pull you. Get in there. He was walking pretty fast. He's kind of staying a few feet ahead of me, and I kept having to try to slow him down, but I think he was trying to outrun the noise. He did good though. He pulled it the whole way. Needs some kind of like a wooden sled that actually glides easily. Here we go. Well, you ain't afraid of it anymore, are ya? Oh, that's a heavy one. Come on, let's do it. Come on, come on. No, don't turn. Good boy. You like it, don't you? I get it loaded up, he comes running right over and sits in front of the sled. It's a pretty good load of sticks for a 9-month-old. He laid down after that one. He didn't come running back, so we're gonna quit right there. That was probably in total 65 seconds worth of work. Yep, time for a nap. Just thought of one other thing we can try. Oh, look at that. That'd keep you busy, wouldn't it? You know what? I actually have probably an old stale bag of these Kong treats. Hey, snoots out. Bet you'll let me brush you now. That's a little bit too much peanut butter. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but that should probably do. Are you confused? Do you think it's a trap? I mean, it is kind of a trap. That's the spot that needs a good brushing, too. It's always hard to get to his neck. Not so bad. Peanut butter and cookies for a little bit of brushing. Oh, is that too much? It's not worth it? I don't know why he hates it so much. It's the back of the brush. You don't even feel the back of the brush. What is it? Were you attacked by a brush when you were a puppy or something? You like my hands. This thing does grab really nicely. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot of hand pressure. I don't know if it's the shape of those or what. Wow. This brush is awesome. I can't believe it makes that big a difference. I used to brush him a lot when he was a puppy too. I don't know when he started having a problem with it. It's working. I tried all these cheaper brushes even though I'd heard of this thing so many times because I thought, how can it make any difference or that big a difference? This makes that big a difference. I don't think it'd be necessary on a short coated dog or something without a double coat, but this is like 2 fingers and it pulls itself down in. It's incredible. See, I stopped. Oh yeah, you feel nice, real nice. Can I please just try it once or twice? So it's the same thing it was a minute ago. You smell like peanut butter. Let's reload it one more time. I know, it's really gross that I just dipped this thing back into the peanut butter jar. Hoping in time he just remembers something fun when he sees the brush. Come here. Yeah, this thing is far superior to anything else I've used. It's definitely the easiest on the hand too. And it doesn't feel like it's pulling at all. Should we call that good now that you've completely slimed my chair? You're very soft. This was a real success. It did get, yeah, it got all the way down there. All the way down to the skin. Are you stressed? Is that why you're panting? You're never going to get a date if you don't let me brush you. You're going to be alone your whole life. Baby steps. Baby steps and peanut butter. It's going to be the name of the book I write. Dog Training from the Worm. Hey, want to go pull a sled full of sticks before it gets dark? Huh? Look at the difference in the bristles on those things. I mean, they can't be made for the same thing. That's got to be more double coaty. This was just, I don't know, the $5 brush or something on Amazon. $10 that had decent reviews. Okay, let's go. His fur's so fluffy I can't find the the ring to clip this on. I'm gonna dig through there. Come on, buddy. That's enough for him today. You know, it's usually like 10 to 11 months when you really push them hard. Full-size cedar logs, that's what I'm thinking. Well, it's nice to have somebody around here sharing the workload. I'm just thinking about what comes next. There are a couple things that I'd really like to get done before it snows. I really want to get his much bigger bed built so when it's wet, snowy, sleety, the ground's gross, he can lay on that. Whether or not he will, actually I think he probably won't, but maybe we can train him to use it. And the other thing, the more obvious thing, is to get this finished. And I'm not going to be milling with my back. Even if I'm careful and I use the log boom to pick the logs up and drag stuff with the four-wheeler, it's still impossible not to do a little bit of lifting. But you know what I noticed? I don't think anything here, any chunk of wood is going to need to be bigger than pretty much this. So let's say like, let's say 4 feet. Look what I see right there. We still have a pretty good pile of 2x4s. I think that's, oh, some of these are garbage throwaways. Huh? I mean, that is 3.5. I think we can find enough under there. We're gonna have to frame a little something there and a little something there, and then the whole thing's gonna hinge out. So basically, this side is gonna have to be really stout to hold the entire door. You know, 2x4 thick, plus wood on the outside and the inside. It's gonna be, what, 4.5 inches? No, closer to 5.5 inches thick. It's gonna be beastly. And we get to use these crazy 87 way adjustable hinges for the door. I'm really looking forward to messing with these. Appreciate you guys watching. It sure is nice to be able to move around and do some basic stuff out here. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm going to take advantage of it. With any luck, I'll see you next Saturday morning bright and early, and hopefully we'll be working on this. If not, life happened. Something changed. Thanks for watching. See ya.